Reading from Unit 3 A Letter from a Mother, written by Mary Ann Kane, author of A Lesson, A Letter from a Mother. Mary Ann Kane lives near the bend in one of the three rivers in the Fort Wayne, Indiana, where she teaches prose, writing rhetoric, and women's studies at Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Her fiction memoirs and blurred genre work have appeared in numerous journals. Books written by her are Revisioning, Writer Talk, On Fona Moonshine. Journals written by her are The Little Magazine, Under the Sun, Many Mountain Moving, Sun Magazine. Let us read pre-reading activity. You are all in class 7. You come to school from your homes, don't you? Is any one of you living in a hostel? Do you have a brother or a sister or a friend who is living in a hostel? At home, parents look after their children. What about children living in hostels? That too in distant places. How do parents keep in touch with them? Parents write to their children regularly. Both feel they are talking to each other. In this letter, a mother talks to her daughter. Let us know about letters. A letter is a written message of communication serving a purpose of writer. A letter is written to provide information, convey message, request for a task to be done, to report about a situation. They are usually called inland letters and postcard. There are three types of letters. They are formal letter, informal letter, and semi-formal letters. Firstly, let us try to understand what are formal letters. Formal letters are business letters which are written for complaining or claiming. They are also called official letters that are written to an officer about rules, regulations, and procedures. Formal letters are also called social letters that are written to congratulate someone, conveying condolence message, and to give an invitation to somebody. Formal letters are also called circular letters that are written to change the address, management, and also the retirement of a partner. Lastly, formal letters are also called employment letters that are written as joining letters in a job, promotion letters, and application letters. Now, let us understand about informal letters. Informal letters are mainly used for personal communication. They are generally written to express the feelings. Example, friends, family, and relatives. Now, let us try to understand about semi-formal letters. Semi-formal letters are those that are written to someone that you know by name and with whom you have professional or a business relationship. Example: school teacher, school principal, accountant, landlord, etc. Dear children, I want you all to listen carefully when the teacher reads the lesson. Dear Poonam, it is strange to write because I am so used to you being close by. We say a lot without words, you know, but now you are away and I can't help but think of how you're growing up so quickly. So, this is only the first of more and more times apart until, like a bird, you will be ready to fly away. It will be my greatest joy to see you strong and confident, even as it brings me sorrow to be apart. A mother writes a letter to her daughter Poonam, who was then studying in a residential school. Mother had to send her daughter to a hostel for the purpose of education and also to become independent, self-disciplined, strong-minded and responsible. The mother thinks very strange to write a letter because her daughter was always close. Without saying many words, they would understand each other. Naturally, children, your mother knows before you could ask something. She will give you food to eat, boils water for you to take bath, makes your tiffin ready for school, etc. But here, daughter is away from her mother. So, mother is telling, now I can't help you or take care of your needs. You are growing and I know you will take care of your needs. That was the first time they both are away from each other. Mother relating the situation with the bird that stays in the nest, nurtured by the mother until it develops, strengthened to fly, and then it flies out. In the same way, children will grow up and become independent to live far away from parents for the purpose of good education, job, etc. Mother says now, I may be sad of being away from you, but thinking of future, when you become strong and confident, I'll be the most happiest person to see you in that stage. Reading from paragraph 2. Being apart may be a good thing in this way. It makes me put into words those things I feel and think but don't say. For instance, it pleases me that you are so strong-minded and persistent. You are not easily discouraged. Even when you don't succeed at first, remember the time when you couldn't do your multiplication tables. The teacher was going faster than you could manage and you felt bad that you were unable to keep up. But you made your own study cards and asked me and Daddy to help you. And when you succeeded finally in learning those tables, you were independent enough to think through your problems, but responsible enough to ask for help to learn. Mother is praising her daughter's qualities, such as her daughter is strong-minded, persistent. Persistent is a quality that makes a person to achieve long-term goal without any motivation. and who never gets discouraged easily. She is independent, responsible child. Regarding her daughter who is independent, mother reminds her daughter by writing the incident that she had done once when she was at home. During the time when her teacher was going faster than she could manage to follow her teaching, initially she felt bad that she was unable to learn multiplication tables. But without losing interest, she made up her mind and started working on her own. She started to prepare study cards, taking help of her parents. In this way, she finally succeeded in learning tables, and from that day onwards, she had learned to solve her problems independently and was ready to take up help of others whenever she needed. Reading from paragraph 3. I know you are in new surroundings with new people at your hostel, and the way things are done at home are not the same there. You have to be careful to look after yourself, since no one is going to ask you how you are or care about your comforts. In the third paragraph, we see that mother is writing her daughter about hostel life and guiding her to adjust in it. Dear children, hostel is a place where food and lodging are provided for students. Hostel life develops the good qualities of being independent, responsible, persistent, broad-mindedness, sympathy, helpfulness, sense of oneness. All these qualities are developed in a hostel. It teaches us to help on our own and also cultivate a quality of responsibility. Life in a hostel is different from the life in a home. Students have to do all the works with their own hands. They should learn to adjust themselves with all kinds of situations. The mother also writes that she was able to understand that her daughter was in a new surrounding at the hostel and it was very difficult from home. She advises her daughter to carefully look after herself because no one would care about her comforts. Reading from paragraph 4. You have to speak up for what you need because the hostel warden can't give you the attention you receive at home. At the same time, you need to watch out for others. Help them to help themselves. In paragraph 4, mother is guiding her daughter to ask for her needs to the hostel warden without any hesitation. Hostel warden cannot give her attention to every child personally, as she has to look after many children in a hostel. Mother makes her understand that now she is not in a home but in a hostel. At home, her mother would provide her needs before she could ask, but she needs to open up her mouth and ask for whatever she needs. Not only you help yourself, you help others to look after themselves for their needs. Reading from paragraph 5. Don't think you are the only one with needs. Everyone will feel as you do because it is a new situation for them all. If you feel homesick, you may find helping someone else through their homesickness will help you feel better yourself. From paragraph 5, mother is making her daughter understand that she need not feel homesick because she is not only one who is feeling away from home whereas there are other children along with her who are also away from their parents into a new environment. Mother is encouraging her to find out who are feeling homesick and help them to come out of that feeling. Dear children, homesick is a sickness suffered by on whenever someone has to live apart from their home and family members. Reading from paragraph 6. I want you to make the best of this experience, and I know you can. I also know that a new situation brings confusion because you are learning new ways to act. Don't be afraid to try new activities or introduce yourself to new people. In paragraph 6, the mother strongly believes that her daughter will make the best experience of her hostel life. It also may be bit of confusions as her daughter needs to learn new ways to act. So she urges her daughter not to be afraid but to try new activities or make friends. Reading from paragraph 7. Look after your own happiness without waiting for someone to look out for you. But don't forget to look out for others' welfare too. In paragraph 7, finally she advises her daughter to look after her own happiness instead of depending on others. She also asks her daughter to look after others' welfare too. Reading from paragraph 8. You always have done this before, but now that you are on your own, I want to remind you that you are capable of such a responsibility. Don't let new surroundings confuse you too much. In paragraph 8, the mother is confident that her daughter is capable of such a responsibility as she had always done it before. She asks her daughter to be careful enough to not let her new surrounding confuse her too much. Reading from last paragraph, that is 9. Take your time to adjust, but don't forget to be aware of others' feelings even as you discover your own. Please write soon. Love, Mom. In paragraph 9, Mother says, I can understand you need some time to adjust. Take your time, dear, to adjust in a new place and new people. During this time, be careful of others' feelings as they are also going through the same situation as you are. In the end, Mother asks her to write back to her at the earliest. That means as soon as possible. Dear children, this is the end of a lesson, a letter from a mother. Hope you have understood how to express in an informal letter and also understood about a hostel life. Do you want to try a hostel life once?